Live? I think I'm live. It's cold, it's wet. It's Wednesday the 23rd of September. The equinox has happened. The energy has changed. Autumn is now officially here, especially in my world where I'm cold, damp, and a bit fed up with it already, and we haven't even started. Anyway, happy Wednesday. I just thought I'd pop on with distracting myself really by doing a small haul. I've got a lot of bagging to do and I got bored, so I thought I'll show what I picked up yesterday. 2 different charity shops. The spend was, they had £2 items on. Oh, I'm not sure I've got absolutely everything in the bags, but we'll see. Right, I spent £16 in one, and ooh, hello, Peoples is here. Let's think. What have I done with it? And £23 in the other one, so that is a total spend of £39, I think. Yeah, £39. So nearly 40 quid spent on some more stock. Obviously, everyone knows we've got some restrictions in place. They're not affecting us hugely at the moment. I, for one, was quite surprised that pubs were open past 10 at night, but maybe that's just me. I haven't been out. Don't get out much. So I thought, well, I'm filling my boots still. I'm stocking up because everyone's a bit nervous about how things could go in the next few weeks. My advice to you would be, if you can get stock, do get it, because it's nice to have that cushion there, and we all know how it was the last time. So, gosh, lots of people have just wandered in. Good morning all. Rachel B, hello. Laura, hello, lovely. Hello, Jilly. Hello, L33 Mrs, who got soaked in the rain too, with many rain clouds. Yes, I didn't get soaked in it, but it happened during the night. I woke up and thought, what is that sound? Because we have a flat roof. We're at the top of the house where we feel very much in the elements, but it took me a while to work out what it was. So that's how long it's been since we had rain. I had a nice weekend away camping, all very socially distanced, all very safe, woodland camping, and it felt like I was getting away and running away back into nature, and it's been so refreshing. I didn't know how tired I was and how much I needed that recharge until I did it, so I'm really glad I had the chance. Hello, Anne. Oh, you're pleased to see me. Oh, bless you. Well, it's nice when people are pleased that I'm appearing, because I'm looking a little tired and a bit dishevelled because I really haven't had time to do much else. Woo Woo, good morning. I like that name, Woo Woo. Now, first live, well, with a name like that, well done. That's a fantastic name, the human dung beetle. Yes, that's amazing. Great name. Hello, Dawn. Yes, it's evening for you, isn't it, my dear? Thank you for joining us. Okay, so we've got a few people on. I'm sure a few more might wander through the door as I go on. This won't be terribly long. Still need tea. It's getting really dark out there. I think it's going to dump a whole load more rain. There's a very ominous black cloud kind of meandering across my windowscape there. And as of yet, I don't appear to have the reselling flies. I'm just waiting for him to turn up, because they do. Unless Carla's taken good care of him. It's that time of year where some kind of big flies kind of bimble indoors. Oh, hello, Crispy. Nice to see you. Right, this is pretty much all clothes. It's not completely all clothes, but a lot of clothes feature, as they often do. So I'll take the tags off, please. I don't need them anymore. A brand I will pick up if it looks half decent. This is going to need a little wash, mind you, but for £2, it's American Eagle Outfitters, which I like as a brand. It's well made. Excuse the nails, they're horrific. Camping isn't good for your nails. This is just a nice sort of Harrington jacket. Probably more gently autumny. It does have a little mark on the back here. I've got 101 different kinds of stain removers. It's cotton. I will wash it. It's a weird design though, because I looked at the front here. I'm like, oh, pockets. Nope. The pockets are inside. All a bit much for first thing in the morning. But this also was an extra large TG, so XL, tall guy. At these sort of prices, I'm happy. I'm very happy. I've been very spoiled, and I'm really unhappy at paying too much for anything these days, unless I'm 100% certain it's going to bring big money. Dull and wet here in Somerset. And Sophie Bowes, hello and welcome. First time catching my live. Well, that was lucky because I'm very unscheduled. It depends on my mood. And I needed a distraction from bagging and labelling because I'm very easily bored. Ah, right. I'll come back to that because that's not right. Now, a lot of people have a thing about not picking up coats and jackets. I find I do quite well with coats and jackets, but there was a bit of a fail on this one. This is what happens when you go into a massive charity shop. You're on a bit of a time thing and you're not paying attention, because we all do this. It's not a complete fail, though. This was a nice coat, and I picked it up because it's a double-breasted, military style. You'll spot the error in a minute, won't you? Military style. And it's in brown, which is, as we all know, to be this season's colour. You can have it sort of done up high as well. I like the style of it. It's only a small size. Sadly, it is only a small size. The error that I didn't think to spot, having checked that all the buttons were there and everything, is the belt. Because it hasn't got its doobie. I thought it was a tie belt, but it isn't. It's a buckle belt and there is no buckle. So I may either remove the belt from it and say add your own, because it looked nice with a nice patent black, because we've got black shiny ones here. You can add your own belt to it. I mean, again, I paid £2 for it, so I'm not anticipating huge amounts. But that was a bit annoying. But I like the feature at the back there. It's got this, what they call the storm flap. And it's a fit and flare style. So I think those are kind of, it's a bit Langurly, a bit military, a bit, yeah, well, you know, all the keywords. So that was an error. But that happens. I'll try not to clatter. Oh, don't clatter. Do not clatter. Right, again, £2. I quite like Guess as a label. Not for me personally, I mean, good God, no. But they do seem to have a certain lining, kind of very quirky, sort of on-trend stuff. Now, this was a dress. Again, I picked it up because it was £2. I liked this. Snakes. As you will see, little snake wheels. It's very popular. We like a snake. This is not really right for this time of year. It's a mini thing with layers and you can make the sides even shorter. It's very much a different time of year to what we're going to now. But it is black, which has a certain following, I find. Yeah, and I just thought it'll do. It'll go in my store. Somebody might want to style it up with leggings or something, or it may sit there and go in with the dresses next year. I'm kind of realised that things go round again the following year. But Guess a reasonable money. I mean, they're not bad. They're well made. It's not high end, but they're certainly not cheap new. Now, I picked these up. Very vintage in style. It's got the slightly squared off toe. They really look like they've been worn, clearly from the sole, but very little wear to the heels. So someone's literally gone out for an evening in them and gone, oh, these hurt my feet, I won't wear them again. They weren't £3.50. That's an old tag, they cost me £2. Oops. Sticky labels they have. Now, this make isn't known to me, Vivaldi, not as make of shoe anyway, but they were in such nice condition. And the Mary Jane is making a comeback. People like an elegant heel. They've got a very vintage and retro vibe. So I picked them up because they were £2. You know, if they'd been £5, I'd have probably left them behind. But there should be a bit of money in those. I'm making a pile here and it's all going to fall over at some point. I've got quite a big pile of repairs, and it's these kind of lovely rainy days when actually I will sit down and do my repairs. Oh, hello, Aid. Sorry, I didn't say good morning to you there. Just for you. Oh, hello, Carla. How are you, my dear? Hope you're doing well. You got soaked as well. Well, everyone's been out getting wet. It's a good job we don't shrink in the wash, isn't it? I've just popped a pair of my son's trainers on. I picked them up at a flea market, as you do. Size 11. He has them for 2.5 weeks and informs me his toes touch in the end, they're too small. So I go to sell them and find out they're a fairly fancy version of a Nike Fade 2 something or other. It should net be 30 quid. So it's like, yeah, that's a result. my knowledge about trainers is quite small. Now, let me get this in order. Skirts. Shall we talk skirts? It's that skirty time of year. Oh, hello, Dave Repairs. What are you repairing today? Anything nice? Oh, sorry, itchy foot. Oh, Lainey's in. Oh, sorry, lovely. Hello. Didn't see you there. Yes, I can see you now. Skirts. Right. I think skirts seem to be in. They're never really out, to be honest. But midi ones, the usual old Peruna, but at £2 a pop, yeah, I'll go for it. £5, no. But this one is a very full skirted one. So that's a little bit unusual. There's a slight nod to a bit of a pattern there. And it is a midi length rather than a maxi. I like maxis, but midis are the thing. So that was all right. Won't sniff at those. They're bread and butter things. I would say with skirts, they're very bread and buttery. They do turn over. Or you're having yes, no one needs to do cleaning. That's just wrong, isn't it, really? You should see my house. I clearly don't do much cleaning. This is another, yes, Peruna. But look, it's got all this sort of lace detail. We have needle cord. It's very busy. We've got needle cord going on. Velvety stuff. Maybe that's that suedette. We've got lace. I mean, it's all happening here. But it's in black. A favourite colour for this time of year. These are size 12s, actually. It's a 12S, so that's probably going to be a midi on me, but maybe on someone who's petite, a maxi. I'm really wondering what's going to happen with Halloween this year. We've just had the equinox, which I was able to celebrate in a safe and socially distanced way with friends. But Halloween, Samhain, is going to be really, really weird because people aren't going to be getting together and kids aren't going to be doing the usual Halloween-y things. I wonder how it's all going to work. And of course, everyone's using the C word at the moment. Now, it's a little far off for me. I can't quite get my head around that. But I am trying to make sure that I'm putting things on eBay that will also do as gifts. Because should we go into a lockdown again, people aren't going to be going out shopping, are they? And unusual, thoughtful, quirky gift ideas from the vintage section are always going to be welcome. Oh, Mike Dando's in. Hello. Oh, Kelly's in. Hello. Lovely sale on that leather thing the other day, by the way. Congratulations. When you sell big value things, you kind of just pray they don't come back because that's so disappointing. You've been designing shirts for Halloween. I think people who celebrate Halloween, like myself, will always appreciate a good T-shirt. But yeah, I know what you mean. People aren't going to be out and about, but I think people may still want to dress up at home or have Zoom parties, or people find a way, don't they? Last of the skirts, promise. Oh, hello, Anne. You'd love to shrink in the wash. Yeah, it doesn't work like that, does it? This is a midi skirt again. Is it Peruna again? It probably is. M&S collection, wool rich, nicely lined actually, very fancy lining. Ooh. But it's this herringbone thing, which is classic, pretty classic, and that's I think that's a slightly bigger size than the other two. So yeah, these things will always do, won't they, for working from home, for those who have to, and going to the office for those who must. It's all a bit of a muchness, isn't it? And Paul Lakes is on lockdown in Bridgend, which I think, that's an 18. There we go, that's why. 30 inches. That is definitely a midi then, isn't it? Yeah, no, I'm feeling sorry for people in these positions because it's all getting a bit daft. We're very fortunate down here in my part of Kent. There were very few infections and stuff, but we've all got to try and do the right thing, I suppose. But honestly, you could just slap a politician, couldn't you? Let's not get political. Oh, Mum of 5 sons. Hello. Am I heathen? Oh no, I'm Hev. Heathen. I have been called worse. Yeah. Oh, great fun. No, just kidding. Just kidding. What have I got here? Now, I could be a bit previous and a bit ahead of myself, but this is vintage. It's a kind of a shruggy kind of a jacket, an open jacket. It's got the puff sleeve. Bit of a thing, a statement sleeve, isn't it? Velvet. It's probably from the 80s. And this was I think this was a good size. Country Casual says 12, but it looks bigger than a 12 to me. But it's quite a generous 12, because sometimes a 12 is not generous. So there was that. And then in a very, no, not in a similar vein at all. I picked this brand up because I wasn't familiar with it and it looked reasonably good quality. And I thought, £2. This is the time to find out. Yes, we love a bit of gorgeous 80s. So, I do remember the 80s, but well, most of the 80s anyway. This is a dress, but it's a nice heavy quality, stretchy material, and it's by a company called Windsor London. Now, I have sold their stuff before. They're not terribly high end, but they are a good quality brand, and they're often in bigger sizes and they're done in flattering designs. This dress caught my attention partly because it has pocketses, which is always a good thing to have pocketses in the dress, and it seemed quite well made. So I don't think it's going to get me huge oodles of money. But again, for £2, if I sell it for 20, I'm happy, and if I sell it for more, I'm even happier. And it was a nice monochrome design, which a lot of people favour the monochrome look. Good morning, Joy. Autumn leaves. Yes, it is that time. I had a couple of absolutely rubbish sales days. I've been doing quite well, to be fair, lately. Oh, I might join you in that, Delaney. I might join you in the online Halloween party. We have to dress up, I'm taking it. Not too tricky for me. Halloween is my natural plumage. So, yeah, I'd had a couple of days of crap sales, and then I checked back and I saw that I had a case still open for an item not received. Now, I'd responded to this and sent proof that the item had indeed been delivered in France. I had the tracking, but it hadn't gone away. So, of course, I had to ring eBay, didn't I? Or get them to phone me back. And I got somebody who I found a little tricky to understand, but who finally passed me on to the right person. And I got the case closed in my favour. So I'm hoping that will uplift things again, and that I haven't got anything sort of knocking down my sales ability, if you like. Because I was thinking, that's not right. 2 days, 1 day a bit shite maybe, but 2, not having that. Again, back to the 80s. A much smaller size with a similar thing. I love these cloths at the front. This could be 80s or 90s. Hasn't got the puff sleeve on it, but it has got a closure. There's no brand on this, but I find these go. Oh, they might be actually. Ooh, there's now this is supposedly a size 12 as well, but it's completely different scale. La Gêne. That says it's 12, 38. Cotton with a bit of modal. Yeah, these things people want just to sort of 80-fy their outfits, give themselves a bit of style, and having longer sleeves, that's quite useful in the colder weather. So it's a good little jackety cover-up thing, and velvet, because you know I'm such a big fan of velvet, silk, pure cotton, linen. I can't wear wool, admittedly, but I'm a fan of all the natural fibres and anything that's made out of lovely things. Hello, Jack Mather, from Australia. Good evening. I'm sure you're having warmer weather than we are, but who knows? Depends where you are. Yes, we've got Dawn. I think Dawn Cherrypool is also. No, you're on the other side of the world. Election Day. Oh, Election Day on Halloween. Interesting. I wonder why they did that. Having a bit of a sing-song and a dance and a chat. Right, yes, of course. Well, I'd be happy to join in. I think it's actually on a Saturday night this year, Halloween Samhain, and I sort of celebrate in my own way, but yeah. Now this is a biggie. Left. There. How can I show you this? Double-breasted. Vintage, darling, vintage. It's rather lovely. It has got, and it's that lovely tan colour that everyone likes. It's got the very tiniest bit of a moth issue there, just one little nick, which obviously I will declare, but it's beautifully lined. And this, I believe, is real fur. Now, obviously, I'd much rather see it on an animal, alive, exactly, but it's got a nice, I'm not showing this very well, am I? Nice little tone at the back. It's a nice style. And, at £2, I don't want to see something like that go to landfill. I'd rather somebody loved it. It doesn't appear to be branded. it was too gorgeous not to. And I know someone will love it and take care of it. Fur is one of those things that I certainly wouldn't want to sell a newer piece. I don't want to encourage the fur trade by any means of the word. Oops. Pile's gone over. But I kind of feel when you've got a nice quality thing like that, that it deserves to be reused or something. I don't know. Yeah, let me know nearer the time. Yeah, it's a little way off. We won't just had equinox. It's the thing everyone hurtles towards Yule or Christmas, depending on where you are. Right, okay, let me just... Now, you're either going to love or hate this. I thought it was utterly fabulous. It was a two-piece vintage 60s outfit in a very generous size, which is quite unusual for stuff from this time. The colour is a teal green. It's looking sort of bluey, but it is actually a teal. This is the dress that goes underneath. Very 60s, very shift dress style, and it actually has beading on it. Little beads, and every single bead is there. There isn't a single flaw. So that was the dress, and it comes with, this was off £2. I nearly cried when I saw this. It's wonderful. It comes with this amazing jacket. Look at that. It's just a little bent up at the collar now, and I think that's because it had been stored somewhere. There we go, look, encrusted collar again. Gems, beads, very 60s. A kind of a slightly swing style coat that goes over it. Absolutely bloody extraordinary. Now, there's no flaws on it. I mean, there's a couple of little dirt marks which I'm going to have a go because I can't see any fabric. It's telling me what it is. It's beautifully lined, and says it needs to be professionally dry cleaned. This is the brand, or it may not mean anything. Piggy French Couture, and a similar one has sold for good money. So, and I think this is a bigger size. So, it's amazing. That was just, that sort of thing makes my heart sing. I love selling things like this. It is kind of something that somebody would have worn to a wedding in the 60s, mother of the bride, etc. Bloody gorgeous. Nothing wrong with it. That's something that's probably going to go to a film studio or something like that, but it actually says it's a size 22. It probably measures up more like an 18/20. I'm not very good at the bigger sizes. I'm a bit rubbish. I obviously would put all the measurements on, and it's just beautiful. It's so nicely made as well. Every single bead is there. Beautiful. There's a couple of marks on the lining, but no one's going to see the lining, are they? Well, I wouldn't have thought so. Nobody who matters. So, we move on. Find of the day has to be these. £2 a piece, £4 for the pair. Now they look like they're fairly cheaply made, but that step design, as I guess any of you are going to know, yes, Joan, exactly, is very Art Deco, 30s, specifically 30s with that rounded edge. I couldn't believe it when I saw these. They have one glass insert, which will slide in and out, but I'm being super careful. The other one does more. There we go, like that. Needs a good clean. It's a bit stinky dirty right now, and I want to be very careful because it's just... don't want to mess with it. Yeah, I mean, they look so simple. But one of these went for 30-something pounds. Just one. Now, I've got a pair, and they look amazing on someone's mantelpiece, or as long as I don't break the bloody glass. They will look amazing. The glass is in good condition. It probably goes the other way in. Yeah, it's been put in upside down. Needs a good clean up and a nice treatment for photography. How do they work? Well, this is the odd thing, because you've got one piece of glass, so you can either slide a photo in either side or put one behind the glass and have it facing out. But they're just beautiful, and I really didn't see these till right at the end. I take my glasses off when I'm in a charity shop because I've got the mask on. I can't see a bloody thing if I've got the mask and glasses because I steam up. And this particular charity shop is quite full, so you really have to go through everything. I'll probably spend about an hour in there, but I don't want to miss a thing. And these were the very last thing I spotted as I was putting my stuff, as she was ringing that stuff on the till. So There's some very good money in those. Yeah, you have frames like that as a child. Wow. They are just so pretty. And like I said, there's nothing wrong with them. There's no labels or anything on them. But they're very delicate. So I'm the wrong person to have something that delicate. Oh, got to go to Costa's. Enjoy. See you later, human dung beetle. Okay, so we are nearly there. Nearly there. This I picked up, I spotted it. It's those colours. It's those colours, isn't it? Oh, sorry, light's a bit. Okay, it's the light. It's a sort of a flow wash, slightly pinky, greeny. This was originally marked at £12.50 and obviously had no takers. It said not in the sale. And then someone stuck a sticker on it, £2. I know this is 1930s. You can tell from the shape. It's nice detailing. It has nice lines. It took me a while to work out. Oh, you really can't see, can you? That actually says Frank Buckley. And it has a number on it. Anything with a number on it is kind of neat. It's a mould number 248. Made in England. Frank Buckley production. Need to do some research on this. They're not huge money, but it's a nice item. And when something's at £2, I know I'm not going to lose money on it. This is the sort of thing I'm trying to learn more about. But I thought that I'd quite like to have that in my shop. And things like this, someone who might want to give us a thoughtful sort of vintage gift, upcycled, what have you. I can put that down quite carefully. There are a couple of bits I picked up. The very last piece apparently doesn't sell for a great deal, but I thought this was so cool. Reminded me of Twin Peaks and the Lady with the Log. Anyone who's old enough remembers that. This was also £2. Take the sticker off. Oh, we could have gotten stuck quite so fast. There's a £2 sticker on, but there we go. But it's like a planter. I think they call it a crocus planter. But how cute is that? And it's really big. I mean, that's a good size. It's not some tiny little thing. And this is Dartmouth Pottery. They're the people that do the glow jugs. In Devon, 108 is the number. They always number everything. It's even got like a little Swiss roll thing on the end there. Oh, yes, but that's the thing. You see, when you're that little bit older, you can remember a lot of this stuff, and it's. I often remember a lot of stuff thinking about what my nan was into, and then what my aunt and uncle were into. Aunt and uncle were very 70s. Nan was much more 50s, 60s. Just the decor and style, and seeing different styles come and go in their houses and what they liked. Oh man, I made a right mess of that. So this might not be worth very much, but I'm going to price it reasonably high because it's going to be a bitch to post, and it's a nice thing. You know, especially anyone that sort of likes the naturalistic approach to things. It's lovely, isn't it? Oh, hello, Nia. I thought it was gorgeous. I thought it was absolutely gorgeous. So they have sold for less, but hey ho. I like to push the boundaries, should we say. Now, I did have more jewellery in this, and I don't know what I did with it. For 50p. 50p? I think it was 50p. It was either 50p or £1. I picked this up because it was fabulous. Oh, I mangled it. There we are, here with my many jewelleries. Very cool style, gold tone, enamel, black, a bit organic, a bit brutalist, probably from the 70s, maybe 80s. That's just cool. I like that as a little toggle clasp. But a really nice neck. That's quite unusual. I haven't seen too much like that, so I thought I'd enjoy selling that. That's a rather nice thing. Did I? Or did I not bring the other? I did. Okay. Hang on. I think there might have been 50p an item or £1 an item. I'm not sure. But I picked up my black French jet all glass. There's a debate. I have a feeling these could possibly just be glass, but it's not that easy to tell. I'm not totally convinced that anyone on eBay, or most people on eBay, don't know anyway. So you tend to put both in the keywords and then At least people can make their minds up from the pictures and close-ups. I know it's how it fractures. There's one there that's had a little bit of a... God, my nails, I'm so sorry. That's what camping does to your nails. It's had a bit of a ding. But they're nice. They feel like nice quality and everyone loves those. The 20s, as in the roaring 20s, fashions, flapper fashions, definitely going to come back now that we're properly in the 20s. And these I picked up because they are actually real pearls. Doesn't help when they jiggle around so much. There we go. They're real pearls. They're small. They're the sort of that colour. I love that colour in pearls. But they're real, so I thought for £1, going to be worth more, aren't they? They are hand knotted in between. And they're just a flapper length, or could be doubled up to make a nice shorter length one. Quite like those, a bit silvery. Yeah, so that is pretty much it. That was yesterday's haul. Like I say, £39 spent in total. I expect to get double that just for those 2 frames. So yeah, hoping for good profits there. I'm fairly ahead of myself with listings. So if you see stuff and you've looked at my shop and it's like, it's not there yet, it's scheduled. But yeah, I've pretty much got stuff scheduled right the way into November now. So some of the stuff I may be cherry picking items that are going to be good for the season, and other stuff is just going to appear when it appears. They are such a nice colour, aren't they? It's that sort of purpley, dark purpley colour. And they feel so nice. And it's so easy to tell when they're real. You can just tell from looking. Irregular shape, gritty when you rub them together. Very easy to do discreetly in the charity shop without them knowing. But if I had to pick a favourite, I like that, because that's just mad and wacky. That's very out there. The jewellery pile, I've got a few things listed. I'm very bad at getting jewellery listed, partly because I'm currently more in my comfort zone with clothes, and I've got such a backlog and I keep buying. Oops, but there we go. That's my paranoia about, oh my God, what if we all get shut down again? I don't want to have to worry about stock, and the way things are going, I'm not going to have to. So, oops. And while boot fairs are on, we've got a couple of boot fairs this weekend. Very weather dependent. I think it's supposed to be dry come the weekend, but it's raining now. So fields, we haven't got any indoor ones or hard standing ones. They are literally on fields. So if it rains too much, then it's going to be far too unpleasant and people won't go. But I'm going to grab what I can when I can. How long and how many items can you schedule? You can schedule as many items as you want, but there's actually you get about 3 weeks. I'm on a business account. I'm not sure it works on if you're not got a business account, but I can schedule as many items as I want pretty much, but only over a 3-week period. So I'm actually scheduled up to the end of the month. And then I've got my drafts. I have literally got about 150 drafts ready to go. And I tend to put 5 a day on as auctions. And then if they don't sell at auction, then they go on as list price at the price I was going to start the auction at, which is a price I'd be happy to accept. And they roll on. So I've got 10 items a day, literally going up every single day, come rain or shine. And it's just a rolling program, really. I like to get ahead of myself so that if I've got a day when something happens or I'm busy, and I like the feeling of knowing I've got things in hand. Just me. It means I haven't got to worry. I'm not a worrier, but it means I haven't got to rush around going, oh my God, I haven't scheduled today. Dorothy, I don't know that for sure. We're saying, can you send offers out on eBay if you're a business? I'm not sure, because I think, as Carla was saying the other day, I've been a business for so long that I don't remember what it was like not to be a business, and I very rarely send offers out anyway, to be fair. Every now and again, I will have a slight flurry and a panic and put a sale on old items or send offers, but I generally don't. You should be able to on a personal account. Okay, so Rachel B's better informed than I am. I don't know. Yeah, too long since I've been a non-business. Been a business now for, I would say, this must be my 5th year now. I must be in my 5th year. Been doing this far too long and still enjoying it. So, yeah, I'm hoping to do I'm trying to do better each year on year. Have been working very hard this year, and there is a limit to how much I can do, want to do, and how hard I'm going to want to work. So I'm trying to refine what I do all the time and work a little less hard, but I haven't quite got that balance right yet. That'll be next year's goal. I expect to sort of bring it all back into balance and make the same money without working quite as hard as I feel like I am right now. But I like to keep busy, and while people are at home working in the office next door and generally hanging about the house, getting busy is just one of these things I like to do, as well as go out and shop, because that's my biggest love, is sourcing, clearly. Everything else is, and actually I've got a new phone coming. I've got a new Samsung coming, which has 3 different lenses on it, so should improve my photography skills, which, let's face it, could do with it. Anyway, I'm going to say tutty bye. Thank you all for joining me. It's been lovely to have you with me. I'm sure someone else will go live and do something to distract you from work. But I've got a bit of photography to do now. And if it brightens up a bit, I might just be able to do it. So take care, everybody. Stay safe, stay well, and happy hunting. Tutty bye for now. Goodbye. Bye-bye now.